Finding a good apartment is dependent on more than just looks. There are a lot of important questions to ask when you're touring to make sure you choose the right fit. Here are the things you'll want to know about each apartment. 1. How do I pay rent? One of the most basic apartment tour questions is how to pay rent. Some landlords may prefer that you drop a handwritten check. In today's digital age, most properties have a way to log on and make online payments. While this is convenient, some systems charge a convenience fee, which is something to be aware of. 2. What if rent's late? Make sure you know what happens if rent is late. Typically, a landlord will charge a late fee a certain number of days after failure to pay. Find out in advance when the fee will be assessed and how much it will be. 3. What utility costs are there? In many apartments, individual owners are responsible for their electricity and internet. For items like water, trash, and gas, sometimes units are charged individually, and sometimes the costs are combined into a monthly maintenance fee. To better create a budget, this is one of the best questions to ask. 4. How would I lose my security deposit? When you rent, you'll have to put down a security deposit. This will be returned to you assuming that no damage is done to the apartment. While landlords expect there to be normal wear and tear, the security deposit will cover extreme damage. Some landlords will keep your security deposit if you move out and don't clean the unit properly beforehand. Ask to find out what will put your security deposit at risk. 5. Can I go month to month? Landlords have different requirements for the length of their leases, with some mandating that tenants must commit to at least a year. For tenants who are uncertain about how long they'll stay, a month-to-month lease is ideal. Talk to the landlord to see if they'll entertain a month-to-month agreement instead of a long-term lease. 6. What happens to tenants who break a lease? Your lease agreement should clearly lay out the what must be paid if you must break the lease on your apartment. If you have any concerns, this should be one of the big questions to ask. 7. What's the parking situation? Do tenants have assigned parking, park in a garage, or do they utilize street parking? While this may not fall on your list if you're renting in a quiet suburb, in a large city where parking comes at a premium, you need to know what to expect before you sign a lease. 8. What's the pet policy? If you've got a pet, finding a pet-friendly apartment is a must. Similarly, if you have allergies or are afraid of animals, you may benefit from looking for a property with pet restrictions. Find out what pet fees must be paid up front and if there are any additional pet fees that are assessed monthly. 9. Do you require renter's insurance? Lease agreements can differ, and some specify all tenants must have renter's insurance. This will cover your possessions if they're ever lost or damaged by a fire, theft, and other disasters. While most properties don't require renter's insurance, it's good to have just in case. 10. How can I contact the property manager and maintenance? It's essential to have contact information from someone who manages and maintains the property during and after business hours. Also, find out how the landlord prioritizes repairs and how long it should take for most items to be addressed. 11. Are there any specific restrictions? Finally, make sure to find out about any specific restrictions that may apply to your apartment. Many landlords frown on their tenants making permanent changes to their units. Some limit the amount of time guests are allowed to stay. Put these on your list of apartment tour questions to avoid unpleasant surprises after you've moved in.